We are at the confluence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela Rivers at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cleveland Browns. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Now Stewart on 1st and 10. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Throwing now, Stewart. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Here's Stewart to throw it. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll try to run the option here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. This defense for the Steelers, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Now Moon rolling to his right. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this will remain a scoreless game. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively at second down.
But, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And, look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That one complete to Bettis. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
From the 8, they've got it first and goal.
Going to go play action. Here's Stewart. They'll roll him out right. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And this is picked up by the Browns.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
And they sit now at 500 on the year. And, Charles, this was a team that really looked lost in that first month or so of the season. But they have had the hot hand lately, winning 3 straight.
I would agree. It's almost hard to believe that this is the same team because we followed them pretty closely throughout this season. And early on, I thought this is going to be a really tough year for this crew. So plenty of credit to them for turning the ship around.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Moon to throw. Flushed out right. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time. Fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
From the gun, it's Stewart. Escaping the pressure right. That's Ward, complete right side. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
He'll get this to Ward. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. Well, these two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visiting Steelers who came away victorious, so they'll look to claim the season series with a win here in Pittsburgh. On first down, Stewart eluding the pressure right. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Stewart sets to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Stewart. Flush to his right.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
He's picked off at his own 46. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. Stewart.
This one left side caught by Swan.
Here's Stewart on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards.
And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started.
And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We've got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
Now a first down throw. Moon steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And that's caught inside the 35. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
Well, these two teams met in Pittsburgh earlier in the year, with the Steelers prevailing in that one. So if they can win here in Pittsburgh, they'd be able to claim the season sweep.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Play action. It's Moon escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing out of the shotgun, it's Stewart. Over the middle, complete. It's Miller. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Finding Miller once more, complete. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 48-yard line.
Now Stewart, 2nd down. Left side complete to Lockett. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
They will throw on 1st down with Stewart. He's going to look deep here for Ward. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They get this out left. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half.
from the left hash. A chip shot here. Boswell's kick is good. So a long drive hits him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. A play fake. Now Moon. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This taken in at the goal line. And he's going to be brought down inside the 5 at the 3.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb, and he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They run it again with Chubb. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. He'll buy some time right. Room past the 20. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got exactly what they wanted there out of the RPO and had the defense out of position. One word for you there. Excellent. Because he read all the keys properly, made the right decision, and look at the result. Pretty substantial gain. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
They give the Chubb out of the gun, and he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Boom. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Second down, here's Stewart. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Stewart now on first down, eluding the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off at the 39. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
A give. This is Chubb. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Browns on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Moon. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Now Moon, rolling to his right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that unbeaten record very much in jeopardy. It's been a great first few months of the season so far, but they have run into a buzzsaw here, trailing big in the fourth quarter. It's caught, Lockett. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
To throw on second down. Stewart. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Now Stewart from the gun on third down. Finding his target, it's Ward. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That's complete to Ward. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throw left side, caught here by Ward. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, they'll run with Bettis. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
For his running back, and he's got him complete. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Browns drive about to get started. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives, and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after him right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football. You've got the lead.
Well, let's Just watch it and find out who's right.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at about the 31. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So they'll get another shot at offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he powers his way up past the 30. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Out of the gun. It's moved. They'll roll him out right. Going down the middle, and it's complete.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
First down, Brown, and nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Handoff comes to Chubb, and he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities, and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for the Browns, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they fall for the first time this season after 6 wins to start the campaign. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.